What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want?
What's going on, everybody? It's Pharaoh Black. I'm bringing you another review. This time it's of the DC Collectibles Arrow TV show action figure 2-pack. The pack consists of Deathstroke and Green Arrow, or Oliver Queen and Deathstroke is how they have them marked. Comes with a few accessories. I can go into that quickly while I'm seeing them here on the box. Arrow seems to have his bow and arrow, well, his bow and his arrows. I'm not sure if they're single or not. We will find that out once I pop it open. Deathstroke has a short knife, handgun, sword, and looks to be a machine gun. Picture of the box of Arrow. Let's move this out of the way. Bio. Let's see if I can zoom in on the bio in case you want to read it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Pictures of the figures on the back. I'm going to pop this pack open and see if it lives up to the hype. Okay, here's the figure out of the package, and it looks like a pretty decent figure. The paint apps and the details are pretty nice. You have the green arrows, I guess, whatever it is, on his leg and upper arm. You know, little arrows attached, sculpted in or whatever. It's pretty nice. You know, it has a nice leather look about it. These arrows are not removable. That thing's just on the sides, but articulation wise, this is all soft goods. So he does have hair sculpted under there. You can probably pull that back. I'm not going to do that, but he does have left to right movement. His head is on a ball joint, so it rocks around pretty good. You know, so that's pretty nice. He has the goatee and beard painted in, like a light green type of paint around his eyes or whatever. His arms move up and down. There's no hindering by the costume here. That's all soft goods. They go out to the side. He has a single hinged elbow with a swivel, so it's pretty good. He the wrists turn and they rock inward and outward, or up and down, which depends on which way you have them facing. The arm on this, or this hand, the articulation actually does this. So he comes with extra hands as well. They're fists, just 2 fists. Pop them out or whatever. And the articulation on each fist is the same as the hand that I have in right now. So the right fist goes up and down, and the left fist goes, I guess that's up and down too, but just in different directions. You know what I mean, you're watching it. It has an ab crunch. It's pretty decent. It turns at the ab crunch as well. No turning at the waist. He can do the splits. Let's see, there you go. I mean, it looks a little weird with all of this right in here. That's kind of crazy. You could pretty much just, it's like a disc, you can just hold them. So it's kind of crazy. But now his legs only move up that far. I know what you're thinking, what the hell? So what you have to do is open the leg some and turn it. Now don't force it any further than you can actually get it. This is about where I got mine to. So you're able to close it. Got to about right there. What you're going to end up doing is, if you force it, you're either going to break that peg. You're either going to scrape the paint off, or you're going to actually scrape into that plastic. So you're going to just cause yourself a problem that you don't need. Knees, he has a single joint here at the knee with a swivel. He has a swivel at the top of the boot. He has ankle articulation up and down, and it is a swivel there as well. So that is pretty much it. Accessory wise, you have his bow. It's painted gold, light brown, dark brown with a bit of silver. It also has a elastic string. He comes with arrows. Only 2 of these are actually single arrows. So you get 2 of those, and then you get this bunch of arrows right here. Here you go. So they slide into the quiver like so. You know, if you have all of the arrows in, they stay into the quiver pretty good. They don't let's see, they don't really fall out. So it's pretty decent. Like I said, I mean, if you're into the show, I'm pretty sure this might be the only figure you're gonna get. So I definitely recommend you picking it up. I know a lot of people probably are wondering if he can hold this. Well, I'm wondering as well, can he hold this thing the way he's supposed to? I don't see it happening. I can't get him to hold it. I don't know, it looks a little weird. I mean, I guess you can get him to hold it, but see how that looks? That looks a little funky. This way it doesn't look that bad, but I don't know. This hood gets in the way a lot, so I kind of wish it was connected to the head and not connected to the actual rubber piece here, so maybe you could turn the hood with them or something, but I don't know. I'm going to take some pics at the end anyway, so if you see me with some pretty good pics of him holding this bow and arrow, you know, ready to fire, or holding his bow ready to fire the arrow, that's then I definitely recommend that you get this figure. If you don't see those pics, me personally, I'd be a little disappointed, but that's just what it is. Moving on, we get to Deathstroke. Now, Deathstroke here is primarily black. His mask, and I don't know what these are, smoke grenades or flashbang grenades or something. These are probably the only thing that's actually painted. What I will say is that the articulation of this figure is not lacking. When you get it, you're going to see how shiny it is. See, on one side it's shiny, this side it isn't. That's because they have hit this with this oil. This is a oil all over the figure, and you can actually wipe it off or put it onto other parts of the figure if you want to. I think it looks kind of nice with that gloss to it. I might hit it with some gloss paint and keep it glossy. But articulation wise, his head moves up, head moves down, left, right. You know, still on a ball joint, so it rocks around. Shoulder articulation, if you be careful, you can actually get his arms out to the side like this. So that's pretty nice. And the pad won't restrict it. Up and down movement, of course. Now, he has the swivel at the bicep. Works pretty well. But what I want you to do is I want you to be very careful, because when you get here, he does not have a swivel. It's going to look like he has a swivel here, but he doesn't. It looks to be like a peg, like this piece here, this forearm piece is pegged into the upper arm. Now you want to be careful, because you don't want to snap that peg by using the articulation in the elbow. And like mine says, very stiff articulation. It's a single joint, goes about here. He has swivels at the wrist, and his wrists are able to go up and down like so, about that far. And that's on both hands. Both hands move like that. Ab crunch, could be better. It really doesn't lean forward that much at all, or back, but he does turn pretty decent. His legs, You're going to get his legs out probably about, I don't want to force it, about right here. That's what you're going to end up with. Moving his legs forward. That one moves forward pretty good. This one, not so much. This one does not move forward at all. So what you want to do is you want to open it and kind of find a place for you to manipulate it and get it up. And it'll be out about that far in the front of him. He has an upper thigh swivel. So he has double jointed knees. They work pretty well. Then he has no boot cuts, but he does have movement at the ankle, up and down, and there's no rocker, but it's left to right movement at the bottom of the boot, or at the bottom of the ankle as a swivel. So that's pretty decent. Accessory wise, he comes with looks to be a Desert Eagle, all black. That fits into his holster here. Stick it in. Fits very well. Doesn't fall out. He has a short knife. Well, it's kind of long, but that fits into his knife sheath down here on his ankle. So you pretty much slide that in. Doesn't fall out. That's nice as well. You have his sword. This is one badass sword, man. I like this sword a lot. It's not very long, but it is nice. Slides in on the back sheath. Doesn't fall out. And then you get his machine gun, which is gold and black. Looks pretty nice. He has a gun holding hand, so let's put it in his hand here. His finger can go around the trigger, so I don't want to see you dudes taking pictures with his hand, with his finger not on the trigger, because he's capable of doing it. So there we go. So his hand's a little loose, but for the most part, I'm sure if you manipulate this around, you can get him to hold the gun like so. I'm just not about to do it. I'm not going to open his hand to put it in there, but you can get him to do that. It's pretty nice. He doesn't have that tassel, but obviously he doesn't have it on the show, or they would have included it. It's very tactical, but I do like this figure. I would recommend you getting the pack if you're into the show. It's a pretty nice pack. Hopefully they don't fall. So I'm not going to keep you here any longer. With that being said, this is Pharaoh Black, Green Arrow 2-pack from the show. Get it or don't, it's up to you. But as always, peace and love.